Pledge allegiance to the
flag
flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's not.
City council minutes? Anybody have any issues with that? Not, motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda.
Motion by Councilor Zinn,
Is there support? Support by Council Cramer.
all in favor?
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Guest citizen forum, I don't see anybody. Reports from staff. City Administrator Becky Lynn.
The only thing I have tonight is that I will be requesting a special meeting of the council to review the issues we're having with our financial software, as well as we are able to close the meeting to talk about beginning of negotiations for contracts. So those two items on there, the first part will be the open part of the meeting, and the second part will be closed. So I will work with the mayor, and then I will probably email out and request what dates and times would work for members of the council to get that meeting set up.
What we're looking at here is how do we want to handle negotiations this year, midsummer sometime. In the past, we've done whole councils. Becky's trying to streamline some of the contracts so we don't have 6 or 7 contracts going away. So I just feel the council should sit down and have some discussion on how we feel we should move forward with contracts, okay? Anything else, Becky? Okay, thank you. Kenny?
On my way down to the meeting tonight, I got a phone call. We've got our 4th water main break of the year over on the dirt section of Leeds. So the utilities guys are working on the valves as we speak, and my guys are working on getting water to go into the drain where it should. We'll be looking at addressing that possibly tomorrow or Wednesday. Along with that, you've probably seen the big blower out. We're widening out all the streets and corners, intersections, etc. We've hauled snow probably 3 times now from some of the business district and all the intersections, but now we're actually widening the right-of-way up and down every street. So you'll see that still going on probably for the remainder of this week. Other than that, it's been kind of a long winter as far as snow is concerned. We've had obviously a lot of snow, but a lot of snow falls. We've pretty much exhausted all our supply of street salt. So I reached out to the place we get our salt from, Cargill. I did find out that we can still buy more salt off our state bid price. So I left a message with them today, hoping to get another 10 tons of salt to get us through the remainder of the winter. Looking to hear back from them. Other than that, a couple projects that we got coming up for this summer, both the campground bathroom and the water carnival pavilion. Becky and I have both had correspondence with both of them, looking at getting all the plans and everything in place to get the bidding done for that soon. That should be it.
Thank you. Reports from elected officials. Councilor Zinn.
Nothing tonight?
Councilor Pop?
Just one thing, kind of as long as Kenny brought up about the streets, I did receive a email from a disgruntled citizen who felt that the city possibly maybe had been doing some preferential treatment and cleaning the driveways of specifically police officers. I got ahold of Kenny, we had a conversation. I knew that Kenny was already out with the crew doing the widening of the streets and subsequently cleaning the bottoms of the driveways. So, long story short, I answered his email. Included in that email, which was totally news to me, there was a concern about fire breaks around town, and I don't know, apparently this is something that was maybe done 30 years ago or whatever. It said that it specifically asked me about it, and I passed it on to somebody, but I didn't remember. But I answered the email and did not get any response back, so hopefully things are taken care of. And again, the city, I think, has done an exemplary job of keeping our streets safe. And
After you had spoken again, I did touch base with all my guys asking if anybody had
Kramer.
I attended the joint rec board meeting along with Administrator Lammy, and sounds like attendance is really well in terms of like participants for the sports. They're just looking at wanting to, Biwabic Township isn't putting in funds, and correct me if I'm wrong, Becky, but Biwabic Township, right, is not putting in funds. So they're looking at how they can either negotiate with them to put in the funds or look at where else that money can come from, because they need to be, just in terms of like what they're paying Mark Gert to do that position. But other than that, like participation is going really well and everything else is going good, so,
Is that it?
yeah.
The Water Carnival Committee did have a meeting last week, and the only thing, we might want to meet with Kenny in the spring, once we can actually get down to the site, to kind of look at remapping the area for this year. If the space where the community shelter was is going to be blocked off, we'll have to kind of revamp where we put vendors and what we call the beer garden, and so we have power and a water supply. So in the spring, we'd probably meet with Kenny down there and kind of go over where everything will fit and be a safe spot. So that's about it.
I also want to follow up with Dr. Pop. I think the streets are phenomenal. I did also get a phone call from putting all the snow in our yards. I said, where do you want us to put it? I said, if we don't widen the streets, you one lane traffic down the road. I said, this has to happen. We don't get these heavy things that often. And I do think the city is doing it. So, that's all. No old business, we'll jump to new business. 11.1, Hoyt Lakes Fire Department Wildland tax estimate.
Yes, the city received an up to $2,000 matching grant, which is 1-to-1, a 50-50 match for wildland firefighting equipment. And so that means you can receive up to $2,000. As you can see, we have two quotes in front of you. So if the council would like to proceed, this is a non-budgeted item, so you'd be spending this about $1,500 outside of your regularly budgeted items. But we do have that in our matching grant.
Are they going to look at something else to use up the rest of the grant?
Not to my knowledge.
Questions, comments? I'm sure Tony can take this over as well, please.
I think the last wildland fire.
Same things.
Pardon me?
The two quotes are would provide both the same.
Councilor Zins?
Oh, I was just going to say that I believe the last time that had the wildland fires, I think they brought in close to 40,000. So I don't have a problem with us spending $1,500.
Did I get a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
For which quote?
I guess 1361, they're identical.
Cheaper one?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a motion to get the quote from Mystery Ranch for $2,722.50. Is that correct?
Correct.
Support? Support by Counselor Kramer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Need a second. Item 11.2, final pay request for Osseo Construction in the amount of $11,337.90 for the water tower project. You've got that in front of you. There was two change orders. One was for an increase and one was for a deduct. Well, this will close this one out. I think the tower looks great. Somebody said we've painted it many, many times. That tower's 18 or 19 years old, it's first time, and I think it looks really nice, so. Any other discussion on this? If not hearing any, motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Counselor Kramer, support?
support.
Support by Counselor Grams. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11.3, Joint Powers Agreement Renewal for the East Range Public Safety Board. Dave and I are on that board. If you see in here, we've got a 3-year contract in here with increases in there. I think it's kind of nice to have it out ahead of us so we know what our budgets are going to be. So, Councilor Zins, any comment or Representative Lammy? Industry?
It's a 5% per community per year increase. Which is historically what it's been.
And the other good thing about that is they're building a fairly nice reserve in the department right now, so when stuff does come up, they don't have to come running back to us for additional money at the end of the year, if a squad has problems or something, so I think it's sitting very well. So. Any other discussion? Motion, please. Motion by Counselor Kramer, support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Zins. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.5, Tim Sewell Retirement Benefit Agreement. This goes back, 11.4, Retainer Agreement Renewal for Colosimo, Patchen, and Kearney. Excuse me, Mitch, I apologize. I did not do that on purpose.
Maybe a little punishment for being late. It's okay.
I did not do that on purpose. I apologize.
Motion to table.
Once again, I like this. It's a 3-year contract. So I think the city, for budget times, it really helps keep us on track. So any comments on this at all,
No,
Mitch?
we just did a freeze for this year and then some increases on the second and third years.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's the standard retainer agreement we've had with the city now for a number of years.
Any other discussion? Motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Counselor Pop. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Kramer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Motion carries. 11.5 now, Tim Sewell Retirement Benefit Agreement. What this is about is the city did approve this quite a while in 2015, and I think this is just getting it legally in writing, correct? Making a comment.
Mayor and Council, one other thing on the agreement here. In talking to City Administrator Lammy, we thought would be a good idea is, that was in council minutes where that action was taken some time ago. But, councils change. I mean, 4 years from now or whatever, there might be a different council here. We just thought it would be good to get it, since that was the understanding, it'd just be good to get it locked into a confirming agreement with Mr. Sewer. So I think we're in good shape.
Good, I agree with you, Mitch, thank you. Any other discussion? Motion, please.
I'll motion.
Motion by Counselor Kramer, is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Zins. All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Motion carries. 11.6, approval of liquor license application, contingent on receiving all necessary information and approval by the East Range Police Department Chief for Daniel Darbo on sale and Sundays. The contract's in front of you. Dan's been running the golf course for 5-6 years. This is a standard liquor license. We do it every year, so.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Counselor Zins. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Grams. All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Motion carries. Resolution 2022-004, sponsoring the Ranger Snowmobile and ATV Club, applying for Minnesota DNR grant. The club has got so many miles right now, and they don't have any decent equipment to help keep it maintained. So they're putting in for a DNR grant for a skid steer with a couple attachments, just to help maintain trails. There's no money from the city out of this, is that correct?
Other than my time, there is no money.
Okay. So, I think one of the members is writing the grant, so. Questions? The question I have now, who will own this? Will this be city?
That's to be determined. It's complicated. We have quite a few pieces of equipment that are, some of them are owned by the city, some of them are owned by the Ranger ATV, none of them are insured by the city. So I'm trying to work that out with
Aaron Underland and get a quote in front of the council as to what it would cost. We obviously wouldn't want to insure any equipment we don't own, but the club would be willing to give us any equipment that we did insure. So that's just in process. I don't feel that we'll have the equipment before we have that straightened out.
Any other questions? Motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Counselor Pop, is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Zins. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, pose, motion carries. Item 11.8, ordinance number 2231, special event regulations. This is something Becky's been working on. We've had people just kind of randomly call in the past for, can I have an event here, can I have an event there? And we really didn't have any ordinance or establishing permit to rules of operations, and I think it helps clean up some of the city stuff, so she put this in front of us. I really like it. I think it's very clear and easy to follow, so. Any other questions or comments?
Mitch, have you looked this over?
I have, yeah.
And you have no issues?
No, I reviewed it and I discussed it with the city administrator. I thought it was fine, so.
Thank you.
Anything else?
If it looks good, we can just post it for the 10 required days prior to the next meeting, and then the council can vote on it to approve or deny at that time.
So no vote on it tonight.
You do not need to vote on it tonight.
Kind of like a first reading tonight,
Yeah.
we'll post it.
Okay, all right. All right, we'll move on then. Item number 12, approval of financials.
That's part of your consent agenda.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Anything else to come in front of this council tonight? Not hearing any. Motion to adjourn. Motion by Counselor Kramer, support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Zins. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Good night, everybody.